What is up, everyone? Can you hear me? Hello. Let's start by checking those things. Exciting times, right? LEGO Pokémon. Can't really believe it. Yes, that city. I know the feeling. Like, I feel like a lot of people got them already, and I feel like I was one of the last ones to get it. Shy, how's it going? So let's see. Rachel, Peanut Butter, Metal Claw, Portuguese guy, can hear perfectly. MKM Brick, nice. Hi Michael, how's it going? Yeah, really exciting stuff. We finally get the Pokemon sets. I have them here on display. There's the gifts. There's Pikachu. I'll be honest, the first time I saw Pikachu, I was like, but let's see how the build goes. And then of course the massive trio. This is so heavy, oh my god. I cannot believe we have LEGO Pokemon sets now. It's crazy. It's like a dream come true, you know? In a year where like Pokemon is coming out, and then Power Rangers was announced like last September during Fan Media Days. These days also LEGO Ideas put forward a Yu-Gi-Oh! Building challenge or whatever, like you submit ideas for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it will become a LEGO set eventually, so that's also cool. So what's happening, you know? What else is new? I don't know, but you know, Pokemon in front of us. So the plan for today is like building these four, maybe. Let's see how that goes. And leaving these for maybe tomorrow. And I guess I'll do a poll for the three smaller ones to see which one we'll get started with. I'll save Pikachu for last, and this one maybe for tomorrow. Let's see if we can finish Pikachu as well. I'm a fast builder, but you know, let's see how it goes. So for starters, let's just take this out of the way, and Pikachu goes into the shelf. And yeah, these are the ones that we are considering building right now. Eevee, of course, beautiful. The mini Pokemon Center, which is like a gift with purchase set, not gift with purchase, like an insider's reward kind of thingy where you can exchange some points to get it. I don't remember how many. And the gift with purchase set, the famed gift with purchase set, being offered when you get the big one. Completely sold out, it seems, but I think there will be stock when the big one releases, like in the 27th of February, I believe. So yeah, I'll do a poll to see which one of these three we'll start with. How do I do that? Let's try and figure it out. Engage with your audience, start a poll. Yes. Which one to build first? Eevee, badges, Pokemon Center. Let's start that. I'll leave that on for a few minutes, and then we'll see where to start. I'm really excited. Let me know if everything's going well. So 2,500 points for the Pokemon Center. Yeah, seems the usual. I see the votes coming in. Eevee winning so far, of course, obviously. I honestly feel like it's the best out of the three ones that have been released. These are offers, so they don't really count as the retail products that most people will be able to get, but I think Eevee is like the best of them, even though I love my Charizard, you know. Pokemon Red for life. I still have it. But yeah, I think Eevee is the best one, and it's probably winning this vote. Firebird Bricks, hello man, how's it going? So, wish the Pokeball was sold separately. I believe this is not... We'll get to see more Pokemon sets eventually, so I'm pretty sure that we'll get to see maybe the Pokeball, a standalone Pokeball, or maybe like the 4 Pokeballs. That would be cool, like Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and Master Ball. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see a lot of it. I also get to vote which one to go first for. Let's vote Pokemon Center. That's interesting. Yeah. So, Rockodile, hi. Nitsromi. The table eat really loud on the mic. Sorry. I'm still trying to figure out how the best way to go about this. It's probably not perfect. I'm very not good with things. 300 people, wow, that's a lot. So yeah, 200 votes coming in. Eevee is going to win this one for sure. Go from smallest to largest. That could be an idea. Yu-Gi-Oh is also in real hype for sure. Gifted purchase, Firebird. Yeah, I think we'll start with Eevee. People voted, and that's it. Though I do need to say, like, DHL loves me, so they like completely messed up the box, and it's crazy. And all of these boxes have been messed up too. This one here, this one slightly, but oh well. DHL loves me. So let's do this. Man, opening the first LEGO Pokémon box. Let's see how this goes. Cool camera angle. Sorry if it's extremely loud on the mic. So this is what we're building so far. So 6 numbered bags it seems. Six bags, and here we have the building instructions. So let's switch the camera. Here's a free code for someone. I'm from Russia. What's your opinion on LEGO UCS Slave 1? It's a good one. Scalpers probably went crazy here. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Pokemon collectors are insane. It seems even more so than LEGO fans, I heard. So yeah, there's that. So I'm expecting to see lots of cool stuff here on the building instructions. So let's all see it together. Rebuild the world still. Oh wow, yes. So there's the bio, and you can even see like the screen from the original game. Pokemon Red and Blue. And then there's some bios. Let me see. This is so cool. Yeah, it's like the stats that you would see. And then bio. LEGO Pokemon Eevee is guaranteed to strive with a devoted trainer like yourself. For sure. LEGO specs, it says. LEGO specs down here. So this is that way. Okay, it's showing more products. Hopefully this doesn't leak anything. Imagine that. Once a trainer, always a trainer. Yeah, I'll get to read that later on when I prepare for the review. And then yeah, all of the evolutions here. That's nice. I'm sure that we'll get to see all of the evolutions. Yeah. I'm kind of losing this. Warren, there was a... Yes. Thank you for the £2, I think. And yeah. So let's get started. We see the instructions upside down. Yeah, but I was showing it like this, right? So yeah, let's see. We should be in for a treat. Lots of Easter eggs, I'm hoping. It is to be expected, you know. Yeah, the gifted purchase set. So bummed that the gifted purchase is only for the huge sets. Yeah, for real. I do agree with that. I think Pikachu is like big enough. Like it's a $200 Lego set, I think. So it would be like perfectly fine to also have Pikachu be awarding the Kanto badge. Or maybe a different one. Then scalpers will go like really, really insane over that. It's kind of crazy, like the prices that some of these things go. Yeah, but like I heard, or like I was telling before, like Pokemon collectors seem to be even crazier than Lego fans, you know, and they, you know, spend hundreds, thousands on cards per month. So, and they're always chasing like the newest and exclusive thing, very much like Lego fans, but it somehow seems that they have a lot more money to spend, or no moral compass. I don't know. What? Okay. What am I most excited for, Power Rangers or Yu-Gi-Oh? Definitely Power Rangers, but Yu-Gi-Oh was also a big show back then. Also Digimon. Digimon would be great as well. I'm not sure if that clashes with now Pokemon being a thing with Lego, but Digimon would also be amazing. So those were my childhood shows, you know? Pokemon, Power Rangers, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the ones that I remember the most. Good stuff. Jesus. Pieces fly. Did you lose anything good? You lose the building instructions, Pedro. They're really good. They have some nice stuff in here right in the beginning. The bio, the screen that you get to see on the Pokemon games. And then some extra info. Nothing being, you know, let me check. That would be really bad if I would be leaking something live. Bye-bye, Len. But yeah, so far so good. This is what? It seems like the tail, but it's probably the body. Yeah, it's probably the body with all the joints. Is this a good camera angle to check the build? It is, right? Audio may not be so good, but you know, camera angles. I spent the entire afternoon like setting up this show so that I could provide something good for you guys, but it was really, really hard to just not build the sets, because I actually received these quite early in the day, so I could have gotten like way ahead in the build, because I really need to build this so that I can make the review, and I'm kind of late, so you guys, I waited for you all. Hope you appreciate it. But as always, I'll try to speed build through the whole thing like we did on the Death Star. Blue Eyes Dragon. Exactly right. That's what I'm imagining would be like a good idea. First duel, Seto Kaiba versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue Eyes Ice Dragon, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Calling forth Exodia. Obliterate! That would be a good idea. No, I gave away my plan. Oh no. I probably won't have the time to do it, but if I did, that's probably what I would do. What is your favorite Pokemon Lego set? I think at the end of the day it will probably be Eevee, just because it's very small, affordable. It really shows what Lego can do with a theme without being extremely overpriced, and it just looks really, really good, you know? If you look close enough at the big three guys, there's like some stuff that it's not like perfect. I will have to see for myself and build it to have a real sense of what really is going on. And then Pikachu, yeah, like I was saying before, I took it out of the box, or I first saw the images and I was like, it's the face. I'm not sold on the face. And then the price, it's also quite pricey at $200. Not that it's unfair as a price, but you know, it's still $200. Not to mention the $650 one. I would buy all of them if Lego didn't send me. I would still buy them. That's how important this theme is to me. But yeah, out of all three, the retail product ones, I think Eevee will be like my favorite. But let's see. Maybe the builds will be so crazy with the other ones that will sway my rankings, you know. I'm very big on the building experience, and if the building experience is really good, then I might consider one of the other ones as my favorite. Let's see. What stone did you first use on Eevee back in the days? I guess it depended on what the team that I was working on, or the team that I had at the moment, and whatever element I was missing. Jolteon, out of the three first, I think Jolteon is my favorite. I don't care much about the other two actually, so yeah, if I had to choose, it would probably be Jolteon. But I don't remember at what point did you get Eevee and the evolution stones. I don't remember anymore. And I turned on my game, Pokemon Red, the other day. Listen to this. So iconic. But I found out that my copy of the game doesn't save anymore. Let's try to avoid the copyright on the music. My Pokemon Red doesn't save anymore, so I'll need to do a battery swap or something so that I can play it again. That's very unfortunate. Jolteon, she's my favorite, of course. And then then came all of the other evolutions, but I still feel like Jolteon is probably my favorite. Leafeon is kind of cool too. But I don't think I was playing Pokemon anymore when Leafeon was a thing, because what I played the most back in the day was like Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and then Crystal 2, Gold, Silver. I had some friends that let me borrow that one, and yeah, that was probably it. And then Sun and Moon, like many years later on a 3DS. And then recently the Pokemon trading card game, the mobile one, Pokemon TCG Pocket, that's the name. And I did play the trading card game back when I was at LEGO. There were a couple of us that would get together once a month for the Pokemon, what was it? Pokemon Nights, I think it was. So a bunch of colleagues from LEGO would get together, build up some LEGO decks, Pokemon decks, and would battle for a few boosters as a prize. Those were the times. So yeah, forgot to show. We're done with part of the body, I guess. We're on to bag number 2. And really not sure what's going on still, but so far so good. The chat, Umbreon. Gotta build them all, for sure. I'm pretty fast. You should check my Death Star live streams to see peak LEGO building time. Oh, this is a new piece. Okay, new piece. So it's like one of... There's like a new, like half the size of this one, but this one is like a double. So this is new for sure, because I don't remember ever seeing this one. So new piece. There you go. Interesting. I still feel it's crazy, like the amount of new pieces they include, or they put out like every year, every month even. It's crazy. I keep saying this, that if I wanted to apply for a LEGO job again, I would probably really struggle, because I really don't know how designers can keep up with the rate of new pieces coming out. I feel it's really challenging. Oh, and this is printed. See this slope here? Printed, no sticker. So that's what a new partnership will usually get. LEGO themes, you know, like Fortnite. I believe Fortnite was like very well priced, like the first wave of products, and you know, it had some stickers, but it was like extremely well priced. But this is Nintendo, you know, and somehow Super Mario keeps doing sets with no stickers somehow, which is incredible. Maybe it's something to do with how the partnership is handled. Maybe it's a request by Nintendo, I don't know. The fact is, they can do it, and they do it well. I'm not complaining. Although I do believe like the Pokemon Center set does have stickers. But yeah, so replacing like a shoulder, kinda. Best new theme for the yearly awards now this year, because of how many are coming this year. Yes, that would be a good category. And that, and like minifigure, best minifigure of the year, that would be fun too, right? And then we're covering the shoulder. Nice. Is the sound okay? Because I'm really building like next to the mic. I couldn't figure out a best way to do this, so I'm sorry in advance. This is the best I could come up with. I'm not a streamer. Only do so in very rare and special occasions, and I feel like this is one of them. SpongeBob and Avatar. Actually, those are shows that I actually watched Avatar like a few years ago, but because everyone was hyping it so much all the time. But it wasn't something that I watched as a kid, so it doesn't feel as impactful to me as it is to a lot of you. That's quite some good building tech. Sounds good. Okay. We all like the click of the pieces. I can live with the table sounds. Thank you. I'll try to minimize it the best I can. Smart shoulder part. Yes. I'm really hoping for some like advanced building techniques, at least for the 18 plus models. This one is like, oh, this is also 18 plus. Never mind that. It kind of feels like a playset, you know? And I'm sure like lots of kids will want to play with it, but it's actually age marked 18 plus too. Eevee, that's what I'm looking at. Almost 400 people watching, cool. And there's another of those printed paw pieces. one of these tiles, and then we place it here. Good stuff, good stuff. Making good progress, I feel. Okay, Panther, Paycantor, NOK 59. That's like Norwegian money or something. Thank you so much for the donation. Some Norwegian dollar, not dollars. I don't want to insult anyone here. Thank you so much. Then we're doing another of these shoulders. Done. Yeah, so far so good. Then these here. Let's see. Good. There's the other leg. Can I balance it like this? Yes. There you go. The cursed Eevee with only front legs. So we're heading to bag number 3. Trying not to forget to switch the cameras. I see more prints. These must be like the cheeks or something. The cheek pieces. Or maybe the paws. Is it like the back paws or something? Yeah, the back of the paws. There's no cheeks in Eevee. Is that 10 or what? Like the fur? The fur is 10 and this is like nougat. When will the summer minifig scale playsets be revealed? February 27th? Maybe. I have no idea actually. I do not know that. I have not seen them, promise. But excited to see how that will go. Excuse me. Maybe some smart brick integrations that the Star Wars fans seem to love about the Star Wars sets. So it would be interesting to see some of that in Pokemon. Perhaps. I have no idea what they'll do for playsets. But it will come. It has to come. Would I recommend starting a LEGO social media account? How much time do you have? It depends. Is it for fun? Do it. Are you hoping to turn it into a business? It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of work. There's many ways you could go about it, you know, news, reveals, reviews, mocks. I like it, but it took a lot of effort to get where I am today, so. But you'll never know until you start. It depends on your goal, honestly. How much is the PPP on this one? No idea actually. This is $60, right? For 587 pieces, so it's super close to 10 cents a piece on this one, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure somebody will tell the prices, but I think this is $60. So very decent, you know, considering the IP and all prints and all of that. Far easier to recommend than, you know, the $650 one. Thoughts on the LEGO Sauron helmet? I've made a review about it. There are my thoughts about it. But it's cool. I like that it includes a minifigure, and now like Star Wars fans are raging about it. So I do like that. Watching them suffer. So this is one is on this side. One of the back legs. Where can I place this? Over 400 people. That's insane. Welcome in, everyone. We're building the LEGO Pokémon sets, finally. This still feels unreal. I was working for LEGO still when Mega got the license for you know, buildable toys, buildable Pokemon toys, and we knew there that, okay, this completely makes it impossible for LEGO to do this. So I was devastated. I was like, oh, really? But sure enough, a few years later, here we are. I wish I was there for this. But it's also kind of fun to see it on the other side, you know? I'm not complaining. The shapes are turning... Yeah, it's really nice. The shapes are turning out really nice, right? I think it's really cool what they're managing to do at this scale. And I'm most of the times I'm always saying this about like the big LEGO sets. Big LEGO sets are cool, but there's like a certain value in like the smaller sets. Like for instance, the Death Star. I loved building the Death Star. I haven't managed to do the review on it, probably never will at this point in time, given the amount of work I have on my hands. But I have nowhere to place that. I had to do some renovation here on the studio, so I had to transport it like back and forth. Pieces are starting to fall over. You know, it's not pleasant having that thing around. So smaller is definitely better, you know. Game Boy, where's the Game Boy? It's here somewhere. Like so small, perfect building experience, like all prints, all of that. It doesn't need to be huge to give you like a good sense of what LEGO can do so well. And yeah. So we placed the other back leg on Eevee. That's kind of weird. Everyone remembers the butthole tiger, you know, with the flower piece. That was a good one. A good viral moment for LEGO. Dubj with €2. Thank you so much for the donation. So, this now is the tail. Is the camera angle good? Can you guys see the build well? Guys and girls, of course. My face is kinda in the way, I guess. Maybe I should build more towards this way. Sorry. The new LEGO parts they are making are crazy. I don't know how to use the new parts. I feel like an old guy, because if I ever need to come up with like builds of my own, like custom builds, I will... If you see those builds, you'll see like they'll probably feel dated, because I can't process the new pieces on my head, you know, on my mental inventory. Oh, I made a mistake. That's a first. Good view. Camera view is good. Thank you for confirming that. Oh, you don't need to do that to support me. I do appreciate it, but it's not needed. Like, being here watching the videos, that's more than enough. Do use the links on my videos if you wish to purchase some of your LEGO sets, as that gets me a small commission, which is a huge difference in help supporting what I do. So, but anyways, this will be a chunky tail, you know. Let's see how fluffy it will look in the end. Yellow, orange, blue for evolutions. Where? Yeah. For the 3-star. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see if it's mentioned. I'm assuming like they must mention this kind of stuff in the building instructions. Though there wasn't anything in the beginning, I believe. So maybe this will be one of those builds where they don't really have a lot of comments. Let's see. No words still. But let's see. And you're probably right. It's like probably a reference to the 3 first evolutions, you know, Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon with the blue one. Yes. And I kind of hate that, like, people have I've seen spoilers of the build, so to speak. So there's more to look forward to in this one, as far as Easter eggs go. But I won't spoil it to you guys, but I was kind of like sad that I didn't get to experience it by myself, but we'll get to it soon enough, so just you wait. No, stop spoiling. Don't spoil the build. The Easter eggs are being spoiled in the chat. It's fine though, but we'll get to it soon enough. LEGO Pokémon. As much as I am excited with LEGO Pokémon, I sure hope they don't mess up like Power Rangers. It needs to be good. Megazord. No pressure, LEGO, but you know, please do it justice. I was screaming when they announced it during fan media days. I was literally screaming and crying a bit even. Man. The amount of times I tried to do the Megazord as a kid, you would not believe it. So it's kind of looking fluffy. Okay, come on, we have lots of LEGO sets to build today. Appeals to people that now Pokemon felt more into the regional IPs from LEGO lately. Also, the orange cat is just a black cat with some differences. I love the orange cat, honestly. I think it was a really smart move. They tried to improve the model ever so slightly with a few changes. And yeah, the fan designer still gets his 1% commission out of it, out of the new one. On top of still getting like the commissions for the tuxedo. So yeah, and it's a great build, very well priced, you know. 1,700 pieces for $100. You don't see that in LEGO at all. And here's the tail. Oh, It only twists. Oh no, you can also do this. Okay. Nice. Looks fluffy. It's fluffy, all right. And now, bag number 5. Did you got Blue Spaceman upscaled? I have not. I'm really excited about that one, so I'll probably get it eventually. Like the upscaled, oh, you can see it in this camera angle. Like the upscaled minifigure, like is one of my favorite sets, and I really don't care much about classic space, but it's one of those like it had to be done eventually. Excuse me. It had to be done eventually. It was begging to be done. There's like also the smaller one, the baby astronaut. So making the upscaled one was the correct move. So now there's like what? The Harry Potter ones. There's the regular minifigure. There's like the pirate. There's the racing guy, I think. And now, yeah, the spaceman. It's one of those cases where if LEGO did like the blue spaceman and the red spaceman and the white spaceman and the yellow spaceman, you know, fans would not be complaining about that. That's for sure. But if it's a cat that most of people don't care much about, then they'll be complaining, which is understandable, you know. But you know, if you're not the target audience, then why hate? Because lots of people will be all over the orange cat. I'm not a cat person and I love the orange cat. So there's that. Tiago, the tail. What's up with the tail? Yeah. The ball joint still being great is not great. And they can do it in other colors, at least these big ones. I think they've done some of these ball joints in other colors. I think they do have issues with the smaller ones, the ones for the Mixel sets. If you remember those, they were first introduced on the Mixel sets. It has to do with like the materials and the strength that they can get out of, and the clutch. I think for some reason they only figured out like a good clutch for those pieces in gray, which kind of sucks because there are some sets that really needed like other colored joints. I forgot some pieces here. Will you please start saying snot instead of studs not on top techniques for the fans, please? That's the thing. I could do that. I could do like the acronyms that the hardcore LEGO fans understand, but I'm also making videos for a wider audience, you know, that may not be as familiar with the acronyms. So I know what you're talking about, but yeah, for videos that I'm hoping reach a lot of people, a lot of non-hardcore LEGO people, then I need to keep saying things like studs not on top techniques or the adult fans of LEGO instead of AFOLs, you know? Good point, but yeah. Pedro is an orange cat person. Nice. Poodle made from LEGO. Yeah, I think the dogs still have a long way to go. The Dalmatian was really good, the Disney Dalmatian, but the Golden Retriever, the recent one, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing the Golden Retriever there. I'm really not. So yeah, Tuxedo Cat, Orange Cat, at those prices, at that building experience, perfection. Which places me in a very tough spot because the Orange Cat is really good still, comparable to the Tuxedo, of course. But now, like, thinking of the best Lego sets of the year already, starting to think of that, how crazy would it be, like, the orange cat deserving a spot, even though it's like it's been somewhat done in a similar fashion before. I do hope, like, Lego comes up with good stuff. Okay, this one also feels new, because it's like a taller version of some of those wedge slopes. So this one also feels new, but I could be wrong. I would have to ask, like, new elementary or stuff. Those guys are great for that kind of stuff, the new pieces and all of that. Nice to see bionicle joints in the assembly. Ugh, bionicle. I know the fandom is there. I'm sorry. I'm always, like, picking up a fight with bionicle fans. What am I doing wrong? Oh, it's this way. But yeah, not for me though, you know. But if it made the fans happy to see bionicle come back, I guess it would be time for Lego to do it. It would be fair to the fandom that's clearly out there. Thank you, Kylie Siambre. Very nice of you. Not sure recaller should be able to win that. What? Going to get sick of this recaller with the orange cat. Now Eevee. It's a brown orange ear. Let's see. Is the orange cat this color? Oh yeah, it is. Alright. It's fine though. I don't really look at colors much, unless they're, like, completely shocking, you know. I'm more into the build myself. Is it a good build? Is it enjoyable? So far Eevee is cool, you know. Some studs not on top, technique stuff, some snot stuff. For the Lego geeks who understand those acronyms. Yeah, but the head build is looking, like, really nice with all of the techniques. And yeah, we're like 50 minutes in and we are almost done with our first set of the day. So this goes here. You know, some nice snot going on. Yeah, it's time for bag number 6. The last one. You always need to check if there's no pieces stuck in the paper-based bags. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. You know, you can kind of see the colors here. So there's a reason for that. It's one of the coolest Easter eggs that I know of. So on the tail we had, like, references. You could assume those were references to Jolteon, Flareon and Vaporeon. But in here we are required to place 8 different colors of tiles on this assembly here. There you go. 8 different colors. And if you're a Pokemon fan, you'll know what this means, right? So let's move it this way. So we have light blue for Glaceon. We have bright green for Leafeon. Black for Umbreon. Which one is it? This is like lavender for Sylveon. Pink. No. Lavender for Espeon. Pink for Sylveon. And then orange for our boy Flareon. My favorite, Jolteon and Vaporeon. The 8 evolutions are referenced or are Easter egged inside Eevee's head. So, how cool is that? Oh, snap. Oops. How cool is that for fan treatment, you know? This is the kind of stuff that I live for. And I hope that we get to see a lot of that on Pikachu and then the trio of big boys. But this is cool, right? This is actually really cool. One for every evolution. Yes, of course. How cool is that? Eevee head kind of looks like an AirPod case. It still looks good though. You're not completely wrong there. But it looks really clean. A lot cleaner than Pikachu, if I'm being honest. Gen 10 new evolutions will just have to have more 1x1s in the head. Yeah, I guess. It's crazy to me how, like, how Nintendo and the Pokemon company keeps inventing Pokemon to this day, you know. We were watching Pokemon like 30 years ago almost, 25 years ago. I don't remember when it was airing, but there's like over 1,000 now, over 1,000 Pokemon. It was crazy to me when Pokemon Silver and Gold released and they added an extra 100 and I was like, what? There's now like 250 Pokemon? That was insane. But now there's like over 1,000 of them. And the designs are... Some of the latest designs are really out there. I cannot name them all. Not anymore. But it's insane. Creative, if you want to call it that, with some of the designs, but yeah. Here's Eevee. Eevee's mouth. So cute. Oh. Printed, of course. Greetings from Switzerland. Hello. 30 years exactly. Hey, how old are you, Tiago? 38 years old. I'm an old guy. Maybe I shouldn't be playing with Legos anymore. 1025 Pokemon to be exact. Yeah, there you go. And you know, every year they release a new game, or every 2 years they release a new game. Main series game, so they will come up with 100 more. Or more. It kinda looks like a smudge, but it's actually Eevee's nose. Cute. That sits right in here. Perfectly. Gotta love like the AirPod case smooth shape here. And the eyes. Extra prints too on some of these 2x4 curved slopes. Nice. Lego is sparing no expense with this one, and then this looks like really satisfying. You know, how the shapes come together and you just slide them together like this. Ah, that is good. It's maybe like way too polished. Maybe needed a bit more shaping, but it still looks really good. Not gonna lie. Almost 500 people watching. Wow! Nice. I'm holder, buddy. Yeah, that's fine. Fine like fine wine or something, you know? The older we get, that's how the saying goes, right? Or not. Here's the cute face. Yeah, what's everyone's favorite LEGO Pokémon set? Kind of curious. I think most people will lean towards Eevee, but I could be wrong, you know? And of course the $650 one is really impressive due to sheer size alone, which can be a bit distracting, you know, since it's so big it kind of distracts to the minor details. But I'm really curious to see how that build will go. I do feel that the display base could be avoided altogether, which would have resulted in a significantly cheaper LEGO set. It's the back of the head. So I do feel like the base would be completely unnecessary. I like the idea that there's like something to display the Pokemon on, but still, you know, I'm pretty sure like we will be spending a lot of bags just building that, which I am not that fond of. So the head is pretty much done, and we do it like this. If I can. Boom. So clean. I do dislike the fact that some of these like animals have like a very thin waist. This happens here. It happened with like Buckbeak, the Harry Potter buildable Buckbeak, the hippogriff creature. So it's really slim, but you know, the legs are kind of chunky on the side, so it kind of distracts the slimness of this thing. But you know, overall it still looks good. So we're still missing the ears, so let's do those now. Hello Thiago here. Big hug from Brazil. Of course. Aye. Also, for all of the Portuguese folk out there, I hope you're safe. It's been wild these last few days. Lots of rain in my area, so I'm near Lisbon, so I wasn't as affected, but there's been like some crazy storms in the country, and the center zone of the country is like devastated. It's insane, so I hope people are safe out there. Yeah, it's scary. Scary stuff happening with the world. Now we're placing one of the ears. Yep. Now let's do the other. Eevee looks like the best for money. Pikachu is cool, but there is the problem with the head and the money. The $650 set is too smooth and pricey. I'm not sure if it's too smooth. Like I was saying, like it's probably the size impression that gives it like a good look, but when you start like looking closer, you know, that's what I'm guessing. But I'll save my thoughts for when I build it. How did you become a Lego designer? By applying. Made a portfolio with my Lego not content creation, my Lego custom creations, applied for a job opening, and then went through the regular hiring process. Interviews, building workshops, and all of that. And we are about to be done with the cutie, Eevee. There she is. It looks really good. Yeah, the head is a bit flat, but you know, looking at some of the other ones, I feel this is great. The head is kind of heavy, but there's not a whole lot of room for it to move, so it stays mostly there, straight or with a bit of an angle. The tail goes like this. You can also do it like this if you twist it to the side. And then you can, you know, adjust the paws if you want. All of the paws have light prints in them. In the front there. Lots of prints overall, you know. The face alone has like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then more for the paws, 8 prints in total. The cool Easter egg inside. I don't know. This feels to me like it would be like people's favorite. And it looks good. It does look good. So yeah, that's a wrap for Lego set number 1. I don't remember what the poll said. Which one should we build next? So I'll place them on the table and then you will help me decide. And maybe Eevee can be placed up here looking to us. So yeah, let's hear it everyone. Which one should we do first? Excuse me, Mini Pokemon Center or the Kanto badges? We're building it all. We're throwing $300 to the trash right now by just opening the box. The scalper's going to be crazy. Can she go into a sitting position? It's a good one. Let's see. I guess if you do it like this, it's a bit of a stretch, but it can kind of work in a sitting position. Badges, 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 mini center, badges, 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 Pokemon Center. I think badges are winning. Should I do a poll for these two? Let's do a poll. Start a poll. Next. Badges, center, start poll. What was the Easter egg? So the tail, the internal build of the tail had colors for the first 3 evolutions. Orange for Flareon, yellow for Jolteon, and some splashes of blue for Vaporeon. And then I'm not sure I can get to it on the head. There were like tiles. Oops. Put this incorrectly. And then on the head, come on. Come on, girl. Oops. Okay, I see. And then, can I just do this? How did I put this together? Was it like this? I don't remember anymore. I think it will be covered. I'm not sure that we will be able to see it anymore. Although I'll need to take it apart for the video, for the review. Oh, I need to take this out. Well, you just rewatch the stream. There was a part of the build that had some of these small tiles that you have here it has each of these inside the head build, and yeah, each of these represents one of the evolutions actually. So yeah, good stuff. And I really liked how the booklet had the original bios for the Pokemon. So this one is Eevee, and I'm sure we'll get to see the same for the other sets, I'm sure. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So it can kind of sit, which is nice. So there she is. Nice. Looking nice. So how's the pole looking? Oh, it's really close, but the badges are winning, so and pole will do the badges. Let's throw $300 to the trash. Made it so that you can rewind to check. Oh, sorry. Well, when the live stream is over. So we'll get this here. $300 gone. Not expecting much out of this one, but you know, we gotta build them all. Yes. So what do we have here? Some stickers. Oh, this also has a QR code. Nice. Avoid slamming the box on the table. Looks like a drum, sorry. What was $300 that went into the trash? You know, like this is selling in the aftermarket for $300 sealed. People don't even have these on their hands, I think. It's just like the pre-orders. It's the gift with purchase set that you can get with the huge... It's really heavy. So it's the gift with purchase set that you can get with the big one, and yeah, people are selling it in the aftermarket for crazy prices. Some listings had it for like $300, which is completely bonkers. So nothing special with the building instructions on this one, which is kind of sad. Fairly standard build, but this one does have stickers, which is to be expected out of a gift with purchase product. So there's that. Plastic bag. Something we don't see as often these days, at least here in Europe. I don't know if like the paper-based bags are rolling out well in the US and in other parts of the world, but at least for Europe, they've been a thing for a while now. So, let's see. Maybe I'm being too ambitious. I'm planning on having a Pikachu built today too. If I go like super long, I guess I could do it, but let's see. Sorry for the noise. So let's see what's in store for us in this. This should be like fairly straightforward build, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. The new gift with purchase sets have QR codes. I guess they try to check how many people actually open and build. Okay. Much love from Guernsey, small island. Appreciate you. I'm not being really good with chat, sorry. Sorry, y'all. Maybe for tomorrow, put some extra rubber or a cork or something beneath your mic to prevent table noises. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Lots of bricks. Lots of regular bricks, I like that. Makes things go faster. If you're a speed builder. The value proposition on spending, and that's the thing is like the, you know, the Pokemon collectors and the Pokemon scalpers, those are the ones like setting the prices for these kind of things, because they go really hard after the latest exclusivist, if that's even a word, thing, you know, Pokemon related. But it was so funny to see how like some people that have no idea how Lego handles like their production runs on Lego sets, specifically with the big one, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard, and they were like trying to predict the resale value of those, like, oh, it's going to go to 1,000 easy or $2,000, you know. But these things don't sell out as fast, like, you know, the TCG products, for instance, where they have like limited runs, and usually they don't print anymore. Like, it's Lego sets. These will be on shelves for years to come. So it was kind of funny to see people assuming the prices for these would go like up or insanely up. And I guess if the initial batches run out, like maybe it could get to those prices, but I think people just need to be a little bit patient and, you know, wait for restocks, because restocks happen in Lego all of the time. Yeah, scalpers will not open the boxes, that's for sure. Guess who's not a scalper? Oh my god. Where's the plate? So, nothing out of the ordinary with this build, as expected. There are like some places here for you to place the badges, and they're all different, which makes sense since the badges are all different too. Although it would have been nice to have like a solution where like all of this is the same, because not being the same forces you to place the badges in specific locations. It would be kind of interesting for you to be able to place them in whichever way you want. I guess you can trade some of those, some positions on some of them. Yeah, but there's specific spots for each of them, I guess. Red and blue bricks representing the first Pokemon games. That could be it, honestly. You guys are helping me a lot with with my upcoming review. I did not see that. That actually makes a lot of sense. But where's silver? Do we have silver pieces on the next bag, perhaps? If that's the case, I'll believe you. Like, gray doesn't count as silver. If I see silver pieces in here, I'll believe that. Is it possible to source the pieces beside the stickers? It should be, because these gift with purchase products usually aren't like, they don't have exclusive pieces ever. I guess the Nazgul, right? Was it the Nazgul from LEGO Lord of the Rings? Did have the exclusive foil wings, at some point, but now you can get those on the Balrog, I think, the Book Nook Balrog. So usually there's nothing really exclusive about gift with purchase sets, and yeah, especially not when it comes to like prints or new elements or recolors. They usually use whatever is in stock for the most part, but then yeah, the exclusive thing will be like the sticker sheet. But yeah, we should do quick work out of this one. Okay, that's that. Bag number 2. These are 3 bags only for the badges. Lots of blue, but no silver pieces, so is it really a reference to the first games? Now I'm kind of questioning it. Now I'm having my doubts. I think the USS Enterprise had reused torsos, but they were only obtainable in the USS Enterprise itself. Yeah, so the element probably existed. Although maybe the face print on the I don't remember the crew person that came in the shuttle pod. Was the face print exclusive? Because yeah, the torso wasn't, the clothes weren't, because they were featured on the Enterprise. But yeah, I don't remember. Maybe the face was exclusive to that one. And that one had a ton of stickers, which oftentimes will be like the hardest thing to find, actually. I don't really know. I'm so sorry, guys, about the mic. I could try to place it somewhere else, but then will it sound as good? Sorry. I have no solution. I tried like different mics, but none were as clean as this one. Very sorry about that. So this goes here. This one goes here. Yes. Smeagol and Deagle were unique. Maybe there are exclusive stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I could try to build on the air. Maybe it isn't as noisy. I'm getting the big starter 3 set, but I don't know if I don't get. You're unsure if you'll get it if you don't get the gifted purchase set. Fair. You know, if you can get the gift purchase set and sell it, you are able to get some of your money back, which is cool. Because let's face it, it's cool and all the gift with purchase set, but it's just a box with the badges. I'm happy I own it, but it's like nothing out of the ordinary. For me, it's like the Pokemon. That's the main thing. And building the delete. Mickey's fine youth. How do I clean my Lego? I always get this question, and the real answer is I don't at all. Yeah, maybe I should, but it's really hard to dust, you know, especially when you have a lot of it. So I usually don't clean. I don't clean my Lego. And you'll probably notice it on some of my reviews if I'm picking up an older set. Whoops, you'll probably notice dust on them. I'll try to blow some out of the sets if I can, but yeah. Sorry, that's probably not the answer you wanted. And since I'm rotating the sets a lot, I guess some of those that are on display stay a lot longer than most. But you know, generally I rotate. I do a lot of rotation with the sets. Guess we could do this wider angle. I do a lot of rotation with the sets, so they don't stay up for long to accumulate a lot of dust. Though I'm scared of touching Rivendell and some others that have been out for way longer than most, like the Titanic. That's probably dusty. Where do I live? Lisbon. You heard that LEGO will sell the gift to purchase badge older separately? No, I have not heard that. I find it very unlikely. I think they should do it, but I find it very unlikely. At least that would be unheard of, you know. Usually these types of products, the gift to purchase sets, are only available, you know, on release. With a bigger set that usually matches it, and sometimes there will be some stock left over that you will get a chance to get again via the Insider's Reward Center or something like that, but I've never seen an instance where LEGO actually sells the gift to purchase set as a retail product. Maybe they'll do it in this case, since the demand seems to be so big, but I find it to be very unlikely. So, do I still get to make mocks for fun? Not anymore, which is a bit sad. I'd love to have the time for it, but I just don't. You know, the live streams and not the live streams. Yeah, I do a live stream once in a lifetime, but the reviews take a lot of time. You know, building Lego sets takes a lot of time, and then scripting, shooting, editing. I get help for the edits for the most part, but yeah, I just don't have the time to do mocks anymore. And as you know, it takes a lot of time. Whoops, not like this. Oh my god. Mocks do require a lot of time to be built, so I don't have it. Okay, this makes sense. Any thoughts on what could... I do not comment on leaks. How was the Eevee set? I'm late. Really cool. Short and sweet build. And yeah, here we have the Kanto badge box. Looks nice. With the arrows. Didn't mess that up. And now it's time for the stickers on all of the badges. Lego Sets is worth more than Bitcoins. Yeah. But now Bitcoin is going down. Like heavily, so not the best time to hold, I guess. But for buying, this is not financial advice. So now comes the fun part about stickers. I guess I could switch the camera now for this. I actually don't know the names of the badges. I know this is like the boulder badge, right? There's like a March badge, Thunder badge, but I actually don't know the names for the badges. Which is probably not that good, since I'm a self-proclaimed Pokemon fan. So I will need some help with the badges. This is the boulder badge. 5 stickers. Jesus, that's probably the one that has the most. And I would assume that we would build this in order of how you face the gym leaders in Kanto, you know, Pokemon Red and Blue. So yeah, let's open our box. We just won our first badge. Oh, you can't see it. Probably better this way. There you go. Gym badge number 1. Is it the correct spot? It's really hard to tell which is the correct position. Is it this way? Maybe this way. I'll have to judge with the other ones. So, boulder badge. So what's Misty's badge called? Cascade? Okay. So now the Cascade badge. Kinda nice how the shaping of this was done with some of these corner tiles there. Nice. I like it. No sticker on this one. So Cascade badge. Jesus, my English. Okay. There's 2. This one is complex, it seems. Lots of pieces I see. So I'm supposed to place, I think this is easier to do this way. So this is the Thunder badge, right? Freehanding stickers like that is crazy. Been doing it for years now. And, you know, they're not terribly placed, I would say. Okay. It's kind of stuck to the sticker sheet. Oh man. I don't want to rip it. Okay. Good. So it should be aligned like this. Pretty good placement, right? So this is the Thunder Badge, and we still need some more pieces in here. Maybe this isn't as exciting, but you know. It's a $300 Lego set. That is crazy to me. Visage, hello. The rest of the sets in the theme are kind of out of my budget. Yeah. I would always buy them regardless. But yeah, I still feel like the big one should have been made a lot cheaper if it didn't have all of the bases. Oh, didn't show this one in the camera. So Thunder Badge, right? Which goes into the box. And next one is what? Rainbow? Rainbow Badge. Erica, of course. Can't use the stickers without using a separator. I don't know how to place stickers with a separator. That feels like incredibly unpractical, but you know, whatever works for people. I could try to do it with a brick separator, I guess, but I don't feel like I'll get a much better result than what I normally do. Could be wrong. Right? Let's see how that goes. So some people like apply stickers like this, right? They put the sticker here in the brick separator and then do something like this. It's basically the same as handling it with your fingers, I feel. I honestly don't feel that there's any advantage of using the brick separator, but you know, if it works for you, it works. Who am I to say anything? How do you place this? It's really hard to figure out the studs. Okay. Okay, this works, and this starry thing should be like that. So we have our first 4 gym badges, almost done. This is what? Soul badge? There was a soul badge, right? Need to check. Rainbow Soul. Who's the gym leader for this? So, rock, water, electric, grass, poison. Was this like the ghost lady? Who was the gym leader? Rainbow badge, Erica, soul badge, Koga. Oh, it was poison. Okay. Was it poison? I remember the sprite of the gym leader, but I don't remember which Pokemon he was using. Was it like, no, was it fighting Pokemon? Let's see. So, Koga. Koga wasn't, it was fighting. Yeah, it was the fighting Pokemon. He had like Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, I think. Was that the case? Something doesn't feel right. Maybe I'm messing up my references here. Okay, so that's Soul Badge. And yeah, as usual, the color, you can kind of see a color difference between the sticker and the pieces. On the gray too, the Boulder Badge. That's not cool. After all these years, like, it still baffles me that some of these issues still persist, like with such a high focus on quality control. It still baffles me. It still baffles me that, yeah, something as simple, it's probably really complex, and it probably, if I had like a conversation with some graphic designer, you would probably tell me otherwise, but it still baffles me how sometimes you get such different colors in stickers and pieces. This one doesn't look too bad. This is what Koga was poison. Coughing, muck, wheezing. Okay. What's this yellow badge then? Marsh. Okay. Sabrina. Yeah, this was the psychic. Oh, that gym was a menace, right? Was this the gym with the spinning things? That was the one, right? It would be spinning all day long. So this is Blaine's fire. On the islands. Another sticker. Done. So it's the volcano badge or something. And then the last one. 3 stickers for this one too. The teletransport. Yeah, the puzzle. Maybe that was like the Team Rocket hideout or something. I remember something like pushing you all the way around. Had these arrows on the floor. Maybe that was the fighting gym. I don't remember. You know, if I had like a perfectly fine Pokemon Red copy with me, I could check it out myself, but yeah. Today I found out that my Pokemon Red game battery died. So I need to swap it because it doesn't save. It doesn't save anymore. And that is the last badge. Let's switch cameras. So here it is, your Kanto badge collection with a nice lid. You can see them there. Pokeball in the front. I like the patterns with the tiles on the sides too. Do I feel this is worth $300? Especially with this ugly back? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. But it's cool. It's a cool collectible. I'll give you that, but yeah. For $300, I hope nobody buys this for $300. I hope you get Pokemon Lenticular for the Game Boy somehow. That would be amazing. I would love to see that. Maybe they'll do like the Game Boy Color or something next. That would be awesome. So yeah, we're done with the Kanto badges. So now, the last, not the last one, but next up we have the Pokemon Center. This is the, not the gift with purchase, this is the gift with purchase one. And this is the Insider's reward that you can trade for points on the Insider's gift shop or whatever it's called. I don't even remember anymore. Yeah. One thing I do use the brick separator for is to open boxes sometimes. I need to keep them intact. And when I don't have, sometimes when I don't have the X-Acto blade at hand, I'll just use the separator. There you go. A little bit smashed in here. Thank you, DHL. Really nice handling this. I think we have 4 numbered bags with this one. Yeah. 1 here. And then a sticker sheet. Also QR code. There's some free points for someone. Yeah, Pikachu. I'll get to Pikachu, yes. I was hoping to build Pikachu today too and finish it, but that seems that seems unlikely. But it was my plan to do it. But then I need to plan how to do things tomorrow, because I was only planning to live stream around the same time as I did today, but I need to build the Lego sets. So maybe I'll do a live stream during the afternoon to power through Pikachu, and then another during the night, or the same time as I did this one. So maybe that's the plan. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Should go fairly quickly. No. I'm actually more excited about this one than I am with the Kanto badges, honestly. This looks a lot cooler to me. So it would have made perfect sense in my eyes to actually make this one the gift with purchase set, and the Kanto badges the redeemable one. But that's just me. Pedro got the points. Enjoy. Sticker there with the Pokeball on the floor. And we are straight away just putting stickers. I like that. I like the fact that if we're placing stickers, like, place them all in one go instead of like having to stop the build and place a sticker, then stop the build again and place another sticker. I had an experience like that recently where the build was really good, but the sticker placement completely like ruined the experience. And in here we have the place to place the Pokeballs when you go into the Pokemon Center to revive your Pokemon or heal them back. So that's cool. 3 Pokemon in here. So which ones? Maybe Charizard, Blastoise and Venusaur from the big set. What do you think? And if you spot any Easter eggs, please do tell me. Like, people were spotting some nice ones on the Eevee build, which I wasn't seeing at all, like the colors of the 3 first evolutions on the tail. I completely missed that. Okay, there's the desk where Nurse Joy would be. Although, is she called Nurse Joy in the games or just in the show? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. You need a Piplup set. I think well, it would be a bit hard to see all Pokemon done, but I think it would be safe to assume that we would get to see like most of the starters, you know, as that's probably the Pokemon like most people will be familiar with, you know. Anyone who plays a Pokemon game will always have to make a choice between 3 Pokemon. Unless you play Pokemon Yellow and you start with Pikachu, of course, but yeah, I think going for the starters as Pokemon sets will always be a safe bet. See this theme dethroning Marvel as a LEGO flagship in the near future. For sure, I don't think like Marvel has been a flagship for years. Sometimes they'll do a nice one, but that's becoming increasingly rare. Although I am excited to get my hands on the buildable Iron Man, the standing one. That's one of the coolest Marvel sets the theme has done. But yeah, lately, not a whole lot of crazy things. So there's a bit of an interior in the Pokemon Center. There's like a bench here and maybe a couch with a table or something. No computer. We're like Bill's PC, right? We need Bill's PC. Bag number 2. I can hear the healing song from the game already. Do, 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 do. Exactly. I should have had some sound effects for the live stream. In-game sound effects. Or there is something here. Is this supposed to be the computer? Because this tile is printed. And this goes in the corner here. Here. Is this supposed to be the computer? It's looking kind of weird. Not really sure what that is. Need a bike so he can tell me not to use that. Oh, the references. Yeah, Marvel has fallen off, I feel. Avengers Tower was amazing. But after that, like, nothing too crazy. Even the movies, you know, the movies, I do hope like Secret Wars does good. It should do, you know, with Robert Downey Jr. coming back. Well, everybody's coming back, it seems, like Chris Evans too, Captain America. But if that's what it takes to make Marvel great again, so be it, you know. The MCU, like the first 4 phases, were amazing, but the latest movies, not so much. Fantastic Four was okay, I guess. That's a PC for sure, you know. Maybe that's the PC. The X-Men fan, I do love the expansion, but it is quite a lackluster modular. It's not even a modular, is it? Does it have like the connection points of modulars? I don't think I haven't built that one. So I don't even know. I love seeing your T-Rex in the background with the tail. What do you recommend it? I don't think mine has the tail mod. I think I've put it back to the original. Maybe it has the mod. Yeah, but nice that you did that. K-pop Demon Hunter is going to be a set. Yes, now everything is going to be a set these days, it seems. So yeah, today like K-pop Demon Hunters was just teased by LEGO. So it seems like they'll be releasing a set this spring, which should be the Derpy Tiger character. And then more sets are coming in 2027. That's all LEGO told the world about K-pop Demon Hunters. So that's what we know so far, but you know, makes sense. And they're actually moving kind of fast. Excuse me. Because if you think about it, I was like checking the other day when I was preparing to do some posts about the K-pop thing. The movie launched in June last year, so for LEGO to be able to already have a set out this spring, or maybe it will be, you know, it's pre-order on spring and then it will be launched like later, but LEGO had to move like really fast because I think K-pop Demon Hunters wasn't an initial success. It took some time to grow momentum, and so for LEGO to decide to make a LEGO set or to make a theme out of K-pop Demon Hunters was probably a decision that came like much later, like July or September, and so, you know, 5 to 6 months later, being able to tell the world that they're doing a LEGO set on the spring, that's actually really impressive. So I hope they kept to the usual quality standards when it comes to designing a product, that they don't need to recall it for some weird mistake. But yeah, that's, as a time frame, it's actually really impressive, and it actually makes sense that they're not launching more sets because of that very same reason, you know. I'm sure they also need to work with the partners, so lots of conversations and meetings and all of that, but still being able to launch a LEGO product out of K-pop Demon Hunters that no one knew was going to be this popular is mind-blowing to me. Red, blue, green plates on Snot. Yeah. Nice. Probably a reference to the three big ones. Or the Japanese version. Like the Japanese, did they have like the 3 versions of cartridges? Because I know like the Japanese version. What have I done? Because Japan had the green cartridge for the Venusaur, and we only got like blue and red releases on this side of the world. Okay, it's this. It's like, it felt like a mistake, but it's actually something interesting that we'll get to see later. But did Japan really have like the 3 versions of the game, or just green and something else? Because I read somewhere that, you know, the US, I think when they brought Pokemon to the US or something, they made the decision of using red and blue because those colors were more iconic or something, more relatable to kids in the US. So that's why we never got the green version that Japan had. I remember like reading something about this, about the different game versions. So I guess Japan did have like the green one, the Venusaur one, but I'm just not sure that if they had both Charizard and Blastoise versions as well. I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me. And last bag, number 4. Japan and red and green, and US had red and blue. So they didn't have blue. Japan, okay. Pikachu is up next. I'll just finish this Pokemon Center and we'll start straight away into Pikachu. But I don't think we will build it all today. Maybe I was a little bit too ambitious to presume that I would be able to build Pikachu today as well. So we're building like some sliding doors that will go into the Pokemon Center. So, okay, maybe it's not working too well still because it needs to be locked from above. But yeah, the goal here is to have like sliding doors, which is a nice play feature, I guess. A bit overkill for a model this size, but great to have nonetheless. I'm not complaining. We had green version here in Brazil. Really? If I could make a Portugal inspired set, what would it be? It would be like a Ronaldo bust or something. Because nothing is as iconic for the entire world as Ronaldo is. And that's why like no LEGO idea submission based off of Portuguese monuments will ever make it into an actual LEGO product. I'm Portuguese. I'm proud to be a Portuguese citizen, national, or whatever you call it, but it's not happening, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, something Ronaldo. Green was just repackaged into blue for international releases. See, that's interesting. Japan has all four: red, blue, green, and yellow. Really? We have conflicting information here, so I don't know what to believe anymore. Francesinha on Porto, yes. Great dish. Haven't had one in many years now. Maybe I should go to Porto to have a Francesinha. So that's the front of the Pokemon Center, and now the sliding doors work as intended. Nice. Now we're just placing the awning here. And now we need a sticker. Hello? Yes. The last sticker. And right after this, we'll move into Pikachu territory. That looks pretty straight to me, right? No brick separator tricks, for me at least. I tried it before earlier in the stream and I don't see the benefit. It feels like exactly the same as like placing the stickers by hand. Sad to say, that's how I feel about it. So yeah, here is our Pokemon Center. It has like the sliding doors. Maybe this is not the best camera angle for it. Sliding doors, and yeah, and then you get to see some of the interior. The computer here. I don't know. Maybe it is the computer, but you know, I played red and blue didn't have color, so maybe the computer is red. Or maybe this is a reference to the show, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, people say it's the computer. It's probably the computer. And now, a few seconds to read the chat. Somebody has the Pokemon Green cartridge. That's cool. Blue in Japan was just for their 1.5 version, and then they did yellow to bring in people from the anime. Nice. One height. How fast do insider rewards like this sell out? It depends on the insider rewards. If they're like highly sought after, these will probably like sell out fast. There was another that I knew it was going to be like gone in days, which was like the classic space astronauts tic-tac-toe game, which nobody cared about the tic-tac-toe game, but they did care about the 5 white astronauts and 5 orange astronauts it came with, so that's been sold out like for ages, right? But yeah, I think given how this is going for $300 on the aftermarket, I'm betting that these will fly off the reward shop for sure. So now we need to make space for Pikachu. So let's move the models away. Oops. Leave this falling off. And now, due to the microphone situation, this will probably be very noisy. Can I make something up? Let's see. Let me try something. Maybe if I place the microphone on this side, maybe it won't be as big of an issue. If the microphone is here, can you still hear me alright, or not that well? Let me know. Because if this works, maybe the microphone stays there. It's not on the table, so it probably won't be as noisy for you all. I know people were complaining about it. Do let me know if you can hear me alright, like this. We doing Pikachu? Of course we're doing Pikachu. Pretty low, yeah. No perfect solution here. So what I usually do with the boxes is that I do this, and then I take out all of the bags. And then I put them back in the box. We can hear you far away. I'd say this is worse than the table noises. Okay, we'll go back to this. So what I usually do to organize the Lego sets, maybe everyone does this, and I'm not saying anything special, is like I take out the bag, all of the bags out of the box, and then I put them back in order. Wow. Big brain ideas. One. Or 15, and this set has 16 number bags. Lately I've been using the paper wrap of the instructions for gift wraps. That's smart. Does it pika pika? I don't know. Does it have a sound brick? I don't think so. Otherwise it would have been highly advertised, I would say. So no stickers. Here's the instruction booklet. Here's like a free code for someone. The badge set and how it opens. Yes, for sure. This is the badge set. It opens like this. It has like hinges on the sides. Nothing too crazy. It opens like this. Okay, let's see what's good about the instructions on Pikachu. Of course. Yes, yes. Just need to be careful about leaks. I don't think there's anything here that shouldn't be. For sure. Yeah, all good. So yeah, you get the same bio as the one from Eevee, which is cool. With the Pokemon. This is actually the Pokemon Yellow sprite, because the one from Red and Green was Red and Blue was not like this. It was like the chunky version. This one is the one from the Pokemon Yellow for sure. And then here we have the bio, Lego bio. Yeah, this is the one from Pokemon Red and Blue. that you'd get on Viridian Forest if you were lucky. Right? And here are the other sets. Yes, I have all of the Pokemon sets here with me. And yeah, let's start with Pikachu. Here's another one that I feel that could have been made a lot cheaper if it didn't have all that, the base. I don't feel like it adds too much to the overall model, but I could be wrong. Lots of colors. Nice. Lots of colors. Maybe this camera angle won't be so good after all, because the build will probably quickly turn really big, really fast. So yeah, this is probably the base, I'd assume. Or is it not? No! We're straight into Pikachu territory. Okay. I thought that would be starting with the base. Oh, that will be even worse, you know. At least save the best for last. Or maybe we build Pikachu, and then the base, and then the Pokeball. Sounds like a plan, perhaps. I really dislike when I'm building an awesome Lego set and then the last steps is to build like the Lego trees, which have lots of repetition, and I'm like, oh, ruined. My building experience ruined completely. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there who like to build trees in Lego sets, but honestly, I'm not one of them. I am not. In Asia, we've been only getting paperbacks for the past year. No, that's cool. The Lego has really chubby cheeks. Yeah, the face design on Pikachu isn't my favorite, I gotta be honest. Let's see how it looks after build, but I'm not sure my opinion will change. But let's see, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, this is straight up, like straight into Pikachu. Maybe we'll be able to build Pikachu today and leave the base for tomorrow. It's kind of late for me. Let's see. Maybe I'll need to do like 2 live streams tomorrow so that I can get ahead of this. Otherwise, you will never see the review. It was really hard to not straight up build the sets on my own to get it over with faster, but I figured, you know, review embargo is up, so we can show these already. It was moved, so I guess let's share the fun. Venusaur colors for sure. You think these are Venusaur colors? Maybe. It is plausible that management decided on the brick count and they had to accommodate to it with the bases. I don't know. I don't know what the talks must have been like. Sometimes how Lego sets came to be or come to be is that somebody does a sketch model of something that higher ups find cool, and then they stick to it to the end, you know? Death Star, the huge Death Star. Somebody liked it, it was turned into a product, and the product turned out to be $1,000 worth of Lego. And maybe something like this happened with the Pokemon sets too. Somebody made a sketch model that had an interesting base, somebody liked it, and said, well, let's run with it. Although I would have preferred that this set, not this one, well, this one also, but the big one with Venusaur, Charizard and Blastoise, I would have preferred that one to not have the base, because it totally inflates the price tremendously. I just hope that like half of the build isn't spent on the base alone. Like the Balrog Book Nook, for instance. The Balrog Book Nook was like, I don't know, 9 numbered bags or something. Only 3 of the numbered bags were the Balrog, which to me was like the highlight of the set. Everything else was like the Book Nook opening thingy. And that feels like such a waste, you know? People want the Balrog, so give them the Balrog without the extras. And people will be happier about it because they got their Balrog for cheaper. But now they have to build, or they have to buy a base that they didn't ask for. I don't know. Maybe I'll build the trio set and then I'll be amazed with the bases, and my opinion will change. But usually you'll see me vouching for like cheaper sets whenever possible. And if things are unnecessary to make the sets great, I would rather the sets not have them at all, to make sets more affordable. Any Pokemon fan able to figure out the Easter egg behind the colors used here? I would love to know. If the embargo is up, why are you worried about leaks? You can show the set, you can show whatever is in the manual. No, not really. Sometimes the manuals will have sets that haven't been officially revealed, and that can be considered a leak. Sometimes we get warnings about that, where some manuals will include images of unreleased sets. So yeah, just because it's featured in a manual of a LEGO set that's already out or that we have for review doesn't mean it's okay to cover. It's not easy to handle the embargo stuff. 100% agree with about what people want, focusing on the main subject. Exactly. Right? I don't know. Maybe I'll change my viewpoints about the bases, but I don't think so. And they look like massive, especially Blastoise with all of the waves splashing, and even like Charizard's base, you know, just to get him up there, you know. Let's try to pick this up. It's really heavy. To that point, you know, just to have Charizard all the way up here, see the huge tower that you have to build to get him there, and then this base for Blastoise, you know, the waves splashing, this is kind of tall. It's like what, 10 bricks tall, maybe more. This is a lot of Lego. This is a lot of Lego. And people want this, this, and this. Not this, you know? I'll have to see how many bags, like the bases, will take to understand what we're seeing here in terms of like the percentage of the set that was spent on the bases. But I'm kind of guessing that my review will focus a lot When it comes to the price, I think the review will focus a lot on the resources spent on the base. I'm sure. $7 Canadian. Thank you, Fatty McBeans. Would you ever consider reviewing display cases from Wicked Brick or another company? Sure. I don't know. I like to display the sets on shelves like this. I wouldn't imagine myself to like getting cases for Lego sets, but at the same time I know that would probably be a better way to keep them off dust, or at least some of my favorite ones. So yeah, if the right opportunity is there, yeah, I would be happy at least to try them out. I did make a video about like that 300 minifigure display from Wicked Brick a few years ago, I feel. That thing was massive. But yeah, thank you. Oops. The colors here are an Easter egg for the Pikachu and the starters. I guess you're kinda right, but then what's the magenta for? You know? Could be. But it also feels a bit of a stretch. We would have to get official confirmation by the designers. Why this is feeling so messed up? Is that a Pikachu ribcage? I guess. Just trying to figure out where did I make a mistake. That's the problem of talking and building at the same time. So these go here, these go here, and then the 2x6 goes. Okay, I think that's yes. Okay, that's it. Fixed it. Right. Okay. Wow, that's a very unimpressive bag one. It's just a shape. Bag number 2. Let's see. Bye, Lego Craft. Thanks for stopping by. Cases are cool, but a lot of them cost as much as the set, yeah, which isn't worth it. Yeah. Magenta is Gengar, yeah, well, there's 1025 Pokemon, somebody told me, so this could be references to, you know, the entire Pokédex. If you really want to stretch your imagination, I guess. Right? Feels like a bit of a stretch. But, you know, we would have to ask the designer to know for sure. I would be expecting like some of these sets to have like some of those words and cool facts that some of the icon stuff have in their sets. But no, it doesn't seem to be the case here. What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Lego sets? Oh yes, Dragon Ball, of course. I would love to see that. I guess we've been farther from that. There's been some anime style licenses like Zelda and then One Piece 2 being made. Now Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, the Lego Ideas putting up that challenge forth. So we will be seeing a Yu-Gi-Oh Lego set eventually. So, you know, Dragon Ball. I'd love to see it. Though maybe it's a bit too violent for Lego's tastes in partnerships. Yeah, but then again, there's been so many violent themes done in the past, so I don't know. I don't know where the line is anymore with Lego sets and partnerships. And you love my content? Thank you. They should make a Lego set of Shenron. Yes. That would be kind of perfect. Because other than, you know, Shenron, there aren't like... The show was mostly about the battles, so... Maybe there's some like spaceships or whatever, like the capsule ships, Frieza's ship, but other than that, it wasn't based on buildings or locations. I guess Namek would be kind of iconic, or maybe some of the tournaments. I guess you could make a tournament arena with Goku and, you know, Master Roshi. I don't know how you call the characters in English, because I watched the show in Portuguese when I was a kid. So yeah, I think Master Roshi was like Tartaruga Genial. Krillin, Son Goku, Son Gohan. But yeah, maybe the martial arts tournament building could be done too. But yeah, I think Dragon Ball would be the focus would be the minifigures mostly, not locations or vehicles or whatever, because there aren't many in a way. Wow, this is art. Okay, it's a weird thing coming together. We'll get there. The bases take a lot of the trio, like 6-9 bags each, right? That's not good. Portuguese Vegeta's voice was insane. I loved Boo Boo's voice. Majin Buu, or whatever you call it. Because we had like an actor, Joaquim Monchique, doing the voices for Boo Boo. And they were the funniest things ever. Some of the lines that he would include in there, not scripted, nothing related to the original show, but just picking up on some stuff that was, you know, popular and known in Portugal at the time. It was insane. Hello, evening. We're doing Pikachu. We've done 3 sets already. The Kanto badges, Pokemon Center, and Eevee. The best so far. And now we're doing Pikachu. but I'm not sure we'll be able to finish this today. Was overly ambitious when hoping to do all of these today and then tomorrow starting on the trio. So yeah, that's that. Some plates. Yeah, the face is a bit weird, I'll give you that. My initial reaction when I saw the image was like, oh, really? I don't know. Let's see how the build goes to properly judge it. Let's just not go too crazy for now. But it does look weird. What? No. Mistake. I'm very curious what folks are gonna do in terms of builds for Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh. I'm betting is going to be some sort of like the Blue Eyes Ice Dragon minifigures, Seto Kaiba and Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, maybe some of his friends. And then the Dark Magician, Exodia, some sort of battle arena with some of the monsters and characters there. Something along those lines for sure. I'm really curious to see what LEGO will do with Pokemon in the future. Because this is just the start of the partnership, of course. We'll get to see a lot more sets being done in the future, so what will those look like is what I'm curious to see. Will they be like play sets, like playable sets like Super Mario somehow, something with the smart brick that some of the Star Wars sets will have in the future? Just sets like, you know, Eevee, just plain brick built Pokemon. That has me really curious. Rage G, $5. Thank you so much, Rage. Love your videos. Do you like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings more? Nowadays, like Lord of the Rings. I've been saying this a lot. I think the LEGO Star Wars fandom has put me off of enjoying Star Wars much, because it might be silly to say this, but I kind of associate Star Wars these days with LEGO Star Wars and all of what's negative about that fandom. That, you know, I really liked Star Wars a few years ago, and I really enjoyed the movies. Primarily, I've never watched the animated shows and the likes of it, but I was really big on the movies, especially the prequels, because that's what I grew up with. But nowadays, you know, it's just the LEGO Star Wars fandom just ruined it for me. So I don't enjoy it as much anymore. So yeah. They're going to do brick build Pokemon similar to Mario. So Pikachu's tailor as a teaser, but it's not the tail from this set. Yeah, good point. Maybe they'll make a smaller one.
Yeah, that's interesting. Or maybe they just did that for the teaser. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's becoming a Lego set. I don't know, but that's an interesting take. I can see that happening. It'll be like the X-Wings or the Millennium Falcons of Star Wars. We will get a million Pikachu sets after a few years, right? The faraway POV, yeah, that's on purpose, because if I do it super close, the build is starting to become a little bit big and we don't see it that well, I feel. But we can do this for a while now. Also, hopefully LEGO will also make smaller Lord of the Rings sets, like the 2012 wave. Yeah. I think the 2012 wave was aligned with the Hobbit movies or something. Was it? I don't remember anymore. Or maybe even the Lord of the Rings movies were still going out then. I don't really remember. But we are seeing like smaller sets, like, you know, the Balrog, Book Nook, and now Sauron's helmet. I'm sure that's not what people were hoping for, you know, like actual playsets. But yeah. For a time we only had like Rivendell and then Barad-dûr. So yeah, we're seeing smaller and smaller sets now, which is good. So that was bag number 2. And now 3. I have built the Pokemon Center, yes. The sea in the background of my setup was a gift. This one here was a gift from my former colleagues from LEGO, and it features miniatures of LEGO sets I designed while I was working for LEGO. It's a very dear model to me. Brings back good memories of the great time I had with LEGO. And yeah, I think it's the one model I'll refuse to take apart till the end of times. And now I just realized that I was pointing with my mouse, but you actually didn't see it with the mouse, right? I'm so stupid. But I can show it closer. It's a good thing to see. So it's a C with lots of the Creator 3-in-1 products that I worked on. So it's the other way around. So here's like the pug. Maybe the other camera would be better. Maybe not really. The pug, which is a polybag, modular poolside fun vacation something, which was my first LEGO set that I did on my own. This was the shuttle transporter. This was the B model for a blue supercar thingy. What was this name? Modular skate house or something. It was a truck with a monster truck on top of it. And then, yeah, of course, the Ship in a Bottle for LEGO Ideas, one of the few sets that I did outside of LEGO Creator 3-in-1, and this was a brick bucket, which I don't really remember. What was it? Yeah, so cool gift, the Creator C. Parting gift, actually. Yeah. Good times. What's my absolute favorite LEGO set of all time? It's a hard choice between Rivendell and the Game Boy from last year. Both are amazing builds, building techniques wise, but Rivendell, because it's so big, you get to experience lots of great building techniques due to its sheer size alone. And then it's a stunning model. It actually is a stunning model. So I love it a lot. But then the Game Boy does all of that. Amazing building techniques, which is my favorite thing in a LEGO set. Good building techniques. It also looks really good. But I love it. But I love that it's so perfect and it's so small. It's an affordable model that shows people the best LEGO can do these days. And it's affordable. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg, you know, like most adult-oriented products these days, which makes me like it a lot. On top of being one of the best builds LEGO has ever done. My favorite set of last year. So, yeah. You have the Ship in a Bottle. That's a good one. Tiago, in Canada we still have plastic bags. Do you have any idea when paper bags will be worldwide? I don't remember anymore. I do know that they were rolling out slowly, very slowly it seems, to the rest of the world. But I don't remember what was the plan, what was the timeline for the paper-based bags to be released worldwide. And it's not paper bags, it's paper-based bags. There's a difference somehow. Okay. I'm sorry, this is not working. So I'm not even sure what, maybe this is the back. And maybe here we will get to connect the ears or something. I have no idea what I'm building. This is so weird. This is so weird. Bye, Pedro. Thanks for stopping by. How long did Eevee take? But about an hour, was it? An hour something. Maybe less. I don't remember anymore. I'll need to check the recording afterwards. So we're doing a hand, I think, or a paw. I don't really know. Let's see. This goes here. Okay. Those are where the arms connect, I think. Oh, maybe it's something like this, where the arms are going straight, so this is like tilted this way and then the arms go this way. Yeah, I can see that happening. That could be the case. Because right now that this chunk of pieces is looking really, really weird. I'm losing my voice. So maybe it's... So maybe it's getting to that time where I need to say goodbye. But let's see how much farther we can go today. So this is definitely a hand. Okay, you were right. So this goes here. Yeah, it does look like a hand. So I guess now we're building the other one. The mic got hit there, sorry. Lower the arms. One of my favorite builds is probably the Eevee Hogwarts. Micro Hogwarts or the big Hogwarts castle, because I'm the biggest fan of the micro scale Hogwarts castle. I think that's like the perfect LEGO set for any Harry Potter fan. It's, you know, it's the Hogwarts castle. It's like one of the most iconic things in the entire wizarding world. It's done really well at a slightly or somewhat affordable price, but then it's a lot of good value. You get lots of pieces for the price you're paying, lots of cool Easter eggs and references, and you know, all any Harry Potter fan would ever need. I always reference it whenever I'm doing a review on new LEGO Harry Potter sets, especially the 18 plus releases. I'm always referencing the Hogwarts Castle, the micro one, for how good of a set it is in comparison to everything else the Harry Potter theme has done after that. Did I smash the Death Star like I did the Falcon? No, not yet, but I'm thinking about it. And now, so many pieces have fallen off of the Death Star already that I'm kinda considering like doing the same. Okay, I think I can manage an extra bag for today. I think I'll need to set up an extra live stream tomorrow afternoon, otherwise I will never get these sets built, especially if I want to do them, especially if I want to live stream them all. I will probably need to put some extra time in here that I wasn't planning on. The plan today was to finish Pikachu, and yeah, he's nowhere finished or near being finished. So that's that. That's that. Me and my wife build together at a speed of 150 bricks per hour, so watching you build is crazy. I would actually love to see like speed building competitions, you know? That would be cool. I would love to take part on like speed building competitions to see how fast do I build against other people and how fast some people are out there building Lego. I like the challenge. I like a good challenge. I think that would be fun. Speed building Lego competition. But I've got a lot of experience, you know. I built, I don't know, maybe 100 sets per year, maybe more. So that experience builds up. The brown part just rolled out of the screen. That was earlier, right? Do I have to return most of the sets you review? No, I get to keep them. Which is cool. But I also can't sell them. It is against the rules, so I'm just hoarding Lego like crazy. I can give them away if I want. And I do give some away every now and then, but for the purpose of doing reviews, you know, sometimes I do need to reference older sets for one reason or another, so it's best to just keep them all close by. But it gets to a point where I need to take them apart because I simply do not have the space to keep more more built Lego sets around. So eventually I do need to take them apart, bag them, send them to the attic, and one day I'll figure what to do with them. Oh. Okay, I think I turned it off, but it should be on still. Yeah. Test 1 2 3. And somebody asking me to sign a set. I would love to sign Poolside Holiday. It's Poolside Holiday. That's the name of the set. Assinaria de bom grado. Dia que a gente se veja. Não sei bem onde. Podemos fazer isso. Okay, so probably building a leg right now. It kind of looks like it from the roundness of the shape. This goes here. You know, some really interesting studs not on top techniques going on there. Snot technique. Sorry. Some snot techniques. Yeah, but I'm feeling the weight of building Lego for 3 hours. I think this will be the last bag for the day. I'll probably set up an extra live stream that I wasn't planning on to, but we'll have to. Otherwise, this will never be done in time. What am I looking for? This one. I should open a Lego museum. Yeah. But I don't know. Would that be interesting to just see Lego sets? Even if there's lots of them, like just seeing Lego sets, would that be cool? I don't know. So yeah, here seems to be like a part of a leg that goes here at a bit of an angle. So That's a cool building technique there, where this thing just went into there. The angle, I guess we'll do the mirrored part of that. That goes in here. That was cool. You know, when Lego goes on angles, you know, it's a square system. It's not supposed to go on angles, but Lego keeps doing it. H tarreja. We'll make it happen one day. How do I deal with yellowing in my collection? I usually don't keep Lego sets out in the sun. This studio space where I keep most of the built Lego I have at any given time does not have any windows, so it doesn't get sun damage. So that's probably the best way. It's not a concern to me. Although my kids do have their Lego on a big IKEA box next to a window that catches sun most days. Sometimes I look at that and I go like, ugh, in a few years this Lego will be destroyed, but it's their Lego, it's not mine, so it'll be fine. They don't seem to care as much about it as I did with mine back in the day, so it's okay. How do you feel about sets being very colorful on the inside? I don't really mind it, you know. It's good to have a nice variety of colors in your Lego collection. Unless, you know, you're a big Star Wars fan and you'd rather just having gray pieces, you know, but I like the variety. And as a custom builder at heart, even though I don't build custom builds a lot these days, I like the thought of having variety, options, instead of just having massive amounts of, you know, black, white, and the gray shades of pieces. So I like it, and it also helps with avoiding building mistakes. That's probably the main reason why Lego does so many colors on the interiors of sets. It's to avoid building mistakes, and yeah, it totally makes sense to me, and I don't feel it's a problem. Type of wood are my shelves? No idea. It's the IKEA shelves. Eevee. Whatever they're made of, that's what they're made of. Is it 1 or 2 a.m. in Portugal? It's almost midnight. Yeah. Is it just the direct light of the sun that make them yellowing? Yeah, that's usually the case. The UV, the yellowing on ABS plastic comes from the UV rays hitting the pieces and provoking the yellowing. I don't know about the actual chemical reactions that happen, but that's the main reason. Some sort of chemical reaction that happens with the UV light or the UV rays of the sun against the the ABS materials. So now we are placing the other part of the leg. And that's that. So we'll pause. Legs. Still a very colorful back. Oh, and I think we're building the feet too. Well, they're small feet, so I guess it checks out. At times to build. I'm glad I noticed in time. That's it's probably one of the things I hate the most, you know. You spend a lot of time putting together part of a build and then you get to the end of it and it's like, oh, it's actually 2 times. It's actually 4 times you were supposed to do that. And I hate it every single time. Do you see the 3-in-1 Pokemon maybe evolution line as a possibility? I don't think so. I can't imagine like a Pokemon where you would be... Well, I guess some evolutions do use the same color, so that could probably happen. Well, never say never, I guess. That could happen. If LEGO wants to make it happen, they'll make it happen. So these must be the feet, right? Old Ninjago figures yellowed quite badly, even though they have stayed in boxes for years. Just recently they'll stay in a lot of the Zane figures. Okay. I'm pretty sure that only happens with sun damage, but I could be wrong, you know. Don't take my word for it, but the most severe cases of yellowing I've noticed in some of my pieces came from sun exposure. I remember like having a build done for an event many years ago and using mostly white pieces, and that build being close to a window for the entirety of the event, like, you know, 3 to 4 days perhaps. And the pieces I used then, I still remember the pieces that I used, and they're terrible. They're looking terrible. They're all white. They're all yellowed. And here we have Pikachu's feet. Oops. Pikachu. I guess bag number 5 is supposed to be the back, the striped back of Pikachu that goes in here, but I don't think I'll be able to handle that today. I'm feeling kind of tired. 3-hour building session is good. While talking to you all, there's still a lot to go. Pikachu has 16 numbered bags, we've done 4, and we still have the big boy. The big boys to do. So yeah. Yeah. Still a lot of stuff to do. Botanical sets are the worst with the repetitive building. I think I had one that said 18 plus. I think the worst I saw was like Pac-Man that had like 30 or 40 or 50 times a build. I feel that was the worst. Captain America too. Captain America's shield was also terrible. I have never watched Dark or From. Pieces gone crunchy. Oh man. And the brown pieces are probably brittle too, if they're really old modulars, so yeah. Pikachu looks no bigger than Eevee. I think it will be bigger. I think the head will be a significant size. It's about the same size right now. And we're still missing the tail and the big head with ears, so I think it'll probably be like double the size. Oh, we can actually do this. Nice. Yeah, guys, that's it for today. Tomorrow there will be more live streams. I think maybe one in the afternoon, my time, Portuguese time. I don't know what that means for the US folks or the rest of the world out there. And then I'll do probably another around the same time that I did this one, because yeah, maybe I'll get this done in the afternoon and maybe I'll start this, but this is a 7,000 piece Lego set. It will take a while. Thank you so much for being there and for watching and staying there, and I hope you enjoy this. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for the continuation of this LEGO Pokemon set.